Hey Canucks fans, the Vancouver Canucks defeated the Calgary Flames 4-2 at the Abbotsford Centre. Here's what I liked, here's what I didn't like, and here's one other thing. What I liked the play of the two former Arizona Coyotes. Let's start with Oliver Ekman Larsson, probably the most noticeable player on the ice for the Vancouver Canucks. He had 2 assists, almost had a goal as well if that empty netter went in near the end of the game. But this is what I liked about Ekman Larsson, and I'm trying to be careful not to just say I like him because everyone seems to be ragging on him or worried that he's not going to be able to live up to his admittedly very expensive contract. What I like about Ekman Larsson is he moves well for a guy his size, but he never seems to panic with the puck. And you'll notice that, especially on the line where we're in the offensive zone, and he'll do a really good play to the net, a kind of deceptively hard shot, kind of like Hamnick, where they would almost do that half slapper instead of a full windup, just from the wrist down, from the waist down, I should say. And I noticed a few plays that Ekman Larsson made like that. He can get his shot to the net, and I thought he held the boards a couple times quite well. So overall, I thought Ekman Larsson had a really good game, and he played, like I said, he had the 2 assists, leading all Canucks scorers in points. And overall, I thought it was a really good Canucks debut for him. And to speak of his partner, Tucker Poolman, I thought he was fine as well. Not as noticeable. I think in that pairing, Poolman will often defer to Ekman Larsson because Ekman Larsson's the veteran player, the better player, the more higher paid player. And I thought Poolman was fine too. He played his role well, didn't try and do too much. And Poolman, decent skater, was able to elude some checkers. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good game for that top pairing on D. The other former Coyote, Conor Garland, I thought he was quite noticeable as well. He kind of reminds me of Pettersson a little bit in the way he's a much smaller player, but got really good hands, shifty, can protect the puck even with his smaller frame. And he had that really nice goal on the power play from the slot. So I thought Garland was good, much better than he showed at the training camp I was at on Saturday. But again, as I mentioned, the veterans really didn't do too much on Saturday. It was more the young guys. But today, I thought Garland played quite well. So those were among the players that I liked. I also liked Mikey DiPietro. I think I was a little bit worried in the second period when Calgary scored 2 quick goals. But he held the fort, and especially in the third period with the net empty, 6-on-5, he made some really good saves near the end of the game, was getting run a couple times. The Calgary was really trying to get to the crease. Sometimes it was the Canucks players pushing the Calgary players in the crease. Regardless, I thought DiPietro held his own, and I thought he had a good showing as well. The power play went 2 for 3, so that was nice to see. Not only Ekman Larsson's goal, Conor Garland's goal, but also JT Miller's goal. So I thought that was good. Those goals sandwiched a goal by Chase Waters. I said Wooters in my pregame, but it's indeed Chase Waters. So yeah, those are the 3 goals in the first period. And I also like the fact that the Canucks had a lot of scoring, at least spread out. 8 of the 12 forwards got a point. Garland, Miller, Chason, Gadjevich, Horvat, Lockwood, Pearson, and Waters. The 4 forwards that didn't get a point were Highmore and McEwen, Dowling, and Podkolzin. Podkolzin, by the way, in case you're wondering, I thought he was okay. He wasn't a standout. He was more noticeable at the start of the game, then kind of disappeared in the middle period. But a lot of the Canucks players kind of disappeared in the middle period. So that was probably the only thing that I didn't like. I think that they seemed to kind of take their foot off the gas a little bit, and they almost let the Calgary Flames back into the game. Calgary got to within a goal after scoring 2 goals in about a 6-minute span in the second half of the second period. So that's one thing that's the only thing that I didn't really like for the Canucks. But one of them was on a 5-on-3 power play, so you can't really fault them there. So I think I'm kind of I'm really splitting hairs, or I'm really trying to pull something, because it's an exhibition game. You can't get really too upset. No one made any massive errors, or no one any brain farts or massive blunders. So I'm not going to really go too hard on the Canucks, especially after they won 4-2. One other thing, I think with any exhibition game, especially at the start of the exhibition season, context is key. I'm going to say that a lot, but context is key. Yesterday I talked about it was great that Seattle got a win for their home fans, but Seattle had a more veteran-laden lineup, and the Canucks basically had one line yesterday. And I'd say today was the opposite. The Canucks, you could say that the top 6 was quite strong, And then after that, maybe, a bunch of guys battling for a fourth line spot. So you had two lines that weren't as strong. But in playing Pullman, in playing Ekman Larsson, in playing Myers, and in playing Rathbone, you basically have your top four right there without Hughes and Hamnick in the lineup. So I do think that the Canucks, as I expected, and as Travis Green had hinted at, they played many more veterans in the lineup today, and it showed. So just as Seattle kind of did beat us thoroughly at home with more veterans compared to our more AHL-like roster, I would say you'd say the same thing today with the roles reversed. The Canucks at home in Abbotsford playing with a lot of veterans, whereas Calgary basically had one line, their top line, and that was basically it. So yeah, it's nice to get a win. It's nice for the guys to experience a win. It's nice for a guy like Chase Waters to get a goal, which is great. Also, it's nice for guys like Gadjevich and Lockwood to get on the score sheet, and all of those things are good. But I think we do have to remember that context is indeed key. Now, having said all of that, there's a big gap until the next preseason games. The Canucks have a gap until Friday, and then they play every second night basically from there on in: Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Now, 3 of those games are at Rogers Arena. I'm going to hit 2 of them. I'm going to hit the Sunday one. So they go Friday in Calgary. Then they come home to play Sunday against Winnipeg. So I'll be going to that game on Sunday afternoon. Then they host Seattle on Tuesday night. Then they go somewhere else Thursday, and they wind up playing Edmonton on Saturday night, their final preseason game. So I'm going to go to that one as well. So I'm going to go to the arena on Sunday the 3rd and Saturday night the 9th. And then the Canucks then start with 6 on the road. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So Canucks fans, let me know. You can talk about the stream as well. It's kind of weird to have the first period with no color commentary, no play-by-play, but then they synced up the feed to Sportsnet 650. So we got Brendan Batchelor and Corey Hirsch for the second period and third period. And if you follow me on Twitter, I had some fun. The way that the score clock was, the graphic was, it had Calgary score, then Vancouver score, but right next to Vancouver score, it also had the period 1, 2, or 3. So basically, it looked like when the Canucks scored in the first period, it looked like they were up 11-0, 1-1. So it looked like they're up 11-0. So they end up winning the game 43-2, right? Because they won 4-2, and then there was the 3 for 3 periods done right next to the 4. So it looked like it was a Quinn Hughes to Al McInnes, 43-2, but that was just a small thing. So Canucks fans, let me know what you thought. If you watch the stream or if you watch highlights or listen to interviews, let me know if you agree with me. So what I liked Ekman Larsson, I liked Pullman, I like Conor Garland. I like the power play. I like Mikey DiPietro. I like the spread out scoring. I guess I should mention Bo Horvat as well because I thought he had a good game. What I didn't like, the only thing I didn't like is that, they kind of took the foot off the gas for the second half of the second period. And one other thing, just remember context is key. And as we get close to the regular season, the more we will see less HL players and more NHL players. So I think we'll start to see cuts slowly over the next few days as the Canucks try to whittle down their roster to a workable number. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know what you thought of tonight's win. Shout out to my hero members, nucksfan number 29. I should do that again. Nucksfan number 29, Justin Credible, Lucas Gates, and Andrew Chang. And to Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, and Shannon Hollingworth. Thanks for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You are listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos or the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member of this channel if you'd like to, leave a comment if you'd like to, and a thank you to Perform and Transform, my lead sponsor. Thanks to them, their personal training and weight loss program. You can sign up for a free 7-day trial by using the link in my video descriptions. Let me know what you thought of tonight's win. The Canucks pick up their first win of the preseason, 4-2 against Calgary. They play against the same Calgary Flames in their next preseason game, but not until Friday, October the 1st in Calgary. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.